Are you an Aries, or do you know someone who is? Have you ever wondered why Aries individuals are often described as bold, courageous, and natural-born leaders, yet sometimes seem to act on impulse without thinking things through? If you've ever found yourself drawn to an Aries' fiery energy, or maybe felt the impact of their spontaneous actions, you're in the right place. Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, is ruled by Mars, the planet of action, drive, and ambition. They're known for their passionate approach to life, often charging headfirst into new challenges, relationships, and experiences. But while this boldness can be a huge strength, it can also present unique challenges. The very traits that make Aries leaders and go-getters, like their determination, courage, and quick decision-making, can sometimes lead to impulsivity, restlessness, and difficulty in slowing down to reflect. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of what it means to be an Aries, both the strengths and the challenges, and how understanding these traits can empower you or someone you know to grow and thrive. We'll look at how Aries' fiery personality shapes their personal development, relationships, and leadership style, and how they can harness their natural drive in a way that's not only impactful but fulfilling in the long run. So, whether you're an Aries yourself or you just want to better understand this dynamic, courageous sign, keep watching. Let's explore how astrology and self-awareness can help Aries unlock their true potential. Aries, the symbol of strength and decisiveness, is naturally a leader in life. However, being strong and driven isn't the only aspect of Aries' personality. Under the influence of Mars, the planet of action and energy, Aries carries a power that no one can ignore. Yet, this power can also be a double-edged sword if not harnessed and balanced properly. To truly understand the essence of Aries, we need to examine it from multiple angles. First and foremost, one of the defining traits of Aries is their dynamism. People born under this sign are constantly on the move, never content to stay still for long. They tend to seek out novelty and challenge at every turn. This drive to push forward can lead to personal success, especially when Aries can turn bold ideas into concrete action. However, when impatience and the need to push forward become overwhelming, Aries may struggle with maintaining long-term relationships or working in teams. Their strong-willed nature can easily lead to isolation or misunderstandings with others, particularly when they fail to manage their impulsivity. With Mars in control, Aries is easily swept up in personal journeys they feel are right, regardless of whether they've had time to thoroughly think through the consequences. While this decisiveness often makes them excellent leaders, it can also cause frustration when they face situations requiring patience or collaboration. This is why learning to adjust their behavior and cultivate patience is critical for Aries. To fully unlock their potential, Aries must learn to balance their energetic approach with a more thoughtful, deliberate one. To understand this more clearly, it's important to delve into the influence of Mars, the ruling planet of Aries. Mars brings with it a high level of energy, but it also encourages a fast-paced, action-oriented mindset. This can be both a gift and a challenge for Aries. On the one hand, it fuels their passion, making them daring and adventurous. They are the first to dive headfirst into new projects, eager to make things happen. This drive propels them to success in areas where quick action is needed, think business deals, competitive sports, or situations that demand quick thinking. Yet, this fast-moving energy can lead to hasty decisions and burnout if not managed effectively. Aries often falls into the trap of acting before thinking, driven by their innate desire to make an immediate impact. For Aries, the key to thriving lies in understanding the dual nature of their Martian influence. On one side, it pushes them to achieve and excel, to go beyond what others might consider possible. On the other hand, if they are not careful, they can become their own worst enemy by rushing into situations without fully assessing the risks. Learning to step back and reflect before taking action is a crucial step in their personal development. By channeling their impulsive energy into well-thought-out goals, Aries can achieve not only immediate success but also sustainable growth over time. Understanding how Aries interacts with their environment and their relationships is equally important. Aries' natural desire for independence can sometimes make them appear competitive or restless, always striving to be first or the best. This need for constant self-improvement can be an incredibly motivating factor, pushing them to overcome obstacles and achieve personal milestones. However, this drive for excellence can sometimes create tension in relationships, particularly when Aries feels the need to be in control or take charge in every situation. In professional or social settings, Aries may find themselves clashing with others who are more laid back or collaborative in their approach. Their constant need to be at the forefront can be seen as domineering or dismissive by those who prefer a more balanced, team-oriented environment. While Aries thrives in leadership roles, they must learn to recognize the value in teamwork and collaboration. Their natural inclination is to lead. But true leadership is not just about taking charge, it's about inspiring and empowering others to reach their full potential alongside them. This brings us to the next important aspect of Aries' personal growth: emotional intelligence. For Aries to fully mature and reach their potential, they must learn to develop empathy and patience, not just for others, but also for themselves. Recognizing that they do not always have to be the one in control, that it's okay to rely on others, and that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength, is an important lesson in their journey towards self-awareness. As we move forward, it's essential to consider how Aries can harness their powerful leadership qualities while cultivating the emotional maturity required for sustainable success. Through practices such as mindfulness and meditation, Aries can develop the ability to center themselves, calm their impulsive nature, and approach situations with a clearer, more focused mind. By grounding themselves, they can make decisions with greater intention, knowing that their power lies not in relentless action but in the wisdom of strategic thought and collaboration. The journey towards self-awareness and growth for Aries isn't just about mastering their innate drive for success but also understanding the deeper layers of their emotional landscape. Aries, with their fiery energy and boldness, often rushes into situations, relying heavily on instinct and action. However, in order to achieve true growth, they must learn to explore the quieter, more introspective parts of themselves. This requires embracing emotional intelligence, an area where Aries, in their pursuit of external accomplishments, may struggle at times. Developing emotional intelligence is not only a matter of controlling impulsivity but also learning to navigate the complex terrain of their inner world. Aries is naturally drawn to the immediate, the urgent, and the tangible, yet true strength arises when they are able to recognize their own emotional triggers and take a step back before reacting. When it comes to relationships, the emotional landscape of Aries can often present challenges, primarily due to their intense desire for independence and a tendency to act without consulting others. Aries is accustomed to leading, and this can sometimes result in them overshadowing the voices and opinions of those around them. It's crucial for Aries to understand that true connection with others requires not just leadership but empathy. Empathy, at its core, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, and while this may seem like a natural extension of Aries' compassionate side, it demands conscious effort. By cultivating empathy, Aries can enrich their relationships, moving beyond mere surface-level interactions and creating deeper, more meaningful connections with others. This shift in perspective enables them to recognize the needs of those around them and, in turn, refine their leadership style, balancing assertiveness with compassion. At the same time, the act of collaboration becomes an essential aspect of Aries' growth. As much as Aries thrives in independent settings, their personal development hinges on their ability to work cohesively with others. Aries may often feel that they need to handle everything on their own, but true leadership isn't about doing everything themselves, it's about empowering others to take part in the journey. The process of delegating tasks, listening to ideas, and recognizing the strengths of others not only eases the pressure on Aries but also builds a collective strength that propels everyone forward. While this may initially feel uncomfortable for Aries, particularly when they are accustomed to taking charge in all situations, It's vital to recognize that their capacity to inspire others grows exponentially when they embrace the collective wisdom of the group. This collaboration fosters an environment of trust and mutual respect, enabling Aries to see beyond their own vision and incorporate diverse perspectives that ultimately lead to better outcomes. Building emotional intelligence and embracing collaboration isn't just about transforming Aries' relationships with others, it also profoundly affects their relationship with themselves. Self-awareness, in its purest form, is the ability to reflect on one's actions, thoughts, and motivations with a clear mind. Aries, with their relentless drive and determination, often focuses on external goals and achievements. Yet, a key part of their growth involves looking inward and acknowledging the patterns that may hinder their progress. Self-awareness helps Aries recognize when they are being driven by external validation or seeking control as a means of self-assurance. By becoming attuned to these tendencies, Aries can recalibrate their focus, shifting their energy from proving themselves to nurturing their inner peace and self-acceptance. This process requires patience, an area where Aries can sometimes feel frustrated, but it is also an essential step toward holistic growth. As they learn to balance their inner and outer worlds, Aries begins to realize that leadership, while vital to their identity, isn't only about taking charge or achieving external success. True leadership emerges when Aries understands the nuances of vulnerability, allowing themselves to be open to new ideas, feedback, and even failure. This vulnerability doesn't detract from their strength, instead, it enhances it. Vulnerability is the gateway to resilience, and as Aries learns to trust others, share responsibility, and allow space for growth, they unlock a deeper level of strength that transcends mere achievement. When Aries embraces this dynamic balance, they not only improve their relationships with others but also gain access to a more authentic form of power. One that comes from inner wisdom, emotional resilience, and a deeper connection to their true self. In addition to cultivating emotional intelligence, Aries must develop practices that allow them to stay grounded amidst their fiery impulses. Their natural enthusiasm and energy can sometimes lead to burnout if not properly managed. Grounding practices, whether through physical activities like yoga, meditation, or simply spending time in nature, help Aries reconnect with themselves and recharge their energy. These practices create a space for Aries to slow down and reconnect with their deeper sense of purpose, allowing them to navigate life's challenges with a clearer mind and a balanced heart. Grounding doesn't mean sacrificing their drive or ambition, it's about ensuring that their energy is channeled in a way that supports their long-term goals while protecting their well-being. By integrating these practices into their daily routine, Aries can sustain their natural energy and ambition without succumbing to the pressures that often come with their fast-paced lifestyle. As Aries continues to develop emotional intelligence, embrace collaboration, and incorporate grounding practices into their lives, they inevitably begin to tap into their full potential. It's important to remember that growth is a journey, not a destination, and Aries' path towards self-discovery requires both self-reflection and the willingness to learn from the world around them. True success for Aries isn't just about conquering external goals, it's about understanding the deeper currents of their being and learning to harmonize their passionate drive with the wisdom of patience, empathy, and introspection. Through this process, Aries finds not just external victories, but an internal peace that empowers them to lead, inspire, and create with authenticity and purpose. This transformative journey doesn't happen overnight, but with a commitment to personal development and a willingness to embrace their complexity, Aries can achieve greater balance and fulfillment in all aspects of their life. As Aries continues to navigate the complex terrain of their personality and relationships, an essential aspect of their growth lies in the development of self-discipline. While they are undeniably driven and motivated, the impulsive nature that Aries embodies can sometimes become a hindrance when it comes to achieving long-term goals. Self-discipline, as a concept, doesn't aim to suppress Aries' natural enthusiasm and zeal for life, but rather to refine it, turning raw energy into purposeful and sustained action. Learning to regulate their instincts and impulses not only helps Aries achieve their goals but also allows them to remain focused on what truly matters in their journey toward personal success. The natural challenge for Aries is to strike a balance between their desire for immediate action and the necessity of a more measured, consistent effort over time. Their tendency to jump into situations without fully assessing the long-term consequences can result in burnout or unfulfilled objectives. To manage this, Aries must learn the art of pacing themselves. By focusing on incremental progress rather than seeking instant gratification, they allow themselves the opportunity to develop their talents at a sustainable pace. This process encourages deeper mastery, as it cultivates patience and perseverance, two qualities that may not come naturally to Aries, but which are critical for their growth and success in all areas of life. To further enhance their self-discipline, Aries can also benefit from cultivating a deeper connection with their values. Often, their actions are propelled by an internal drive for achievement. But without clarity about their deeper motivations, Aries might find themselves pursuing goals that don't truly resonate with their soul. When Aries takes the time to reflect on what truly matters to them, they align their efforts with their authentic desires, creating a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends the pursuit of success for success' sake. This reflective process helps Aries make decisions that are not only in line with their goals but also with their core beliefs, which adds a layer of depth and meaning to their journey. In this process of building self-discipline and alignment with their values, another important element emerges: the importance of emotional resilience. Aries, as a fire sign, can experience intense emotional highs and lows, particularly when things don't go as planned. Their bold nature often leads them to take risks, and when those risks don't pay off, it can trigger frustration and disappointment. Emotional resilience is the ability to navigate these challenges without losing faith in oneself or one's path. For Aries, cultivating this resilience means learning how to bounce back from setbacks without letting them derail their progress. This involves building mental toughness, which allows Aries to face challenges with a sense of determination and optimism rather than despair. Furthermore, developing emotional resilience requires Aries to confront and process their emotions in a healthy way. They are often quick to act, but they can benefit from pausing and acknowledging their feelings, rather than suppressing them or acting impulsively in response. By allowing themselves to sit with difficult emotions and process them mindfully, Aries can learn to build a deeper sense of emotional awareness. This practice not only enhances their ability to handle setbacks but also improves their relationships, as they are better equipped to communicate their emotions and needs effectively. As Aries continues to explore the depths of their emotional resilience, they also begin to recognize the power of surrender. Surrender, in the context of Aries' journey, is not about giving up or losing control, but rather about letting go of the need to always be in charge. For someone who is naturally assertive and driven, surrendering can feel counterintuitive. However, true strength often lies in knowing when to relinquish control and allow life to unfold naturally. This doesn't mean abandoning one's goals or desires, but rather embracing the flow of life with trust and acceptance. Through surrender, Aries can learn to navigate uncertainty with grace and patience, cultivating a sense of peace amidst the inevitable challenges that come with pursuing their dreams. While the journey towards self-discipline, emotional resilience, and surrender is essential for Aries' growth, another key aspect to consider is their ability to understand and manage their boundaries. Aries, in their enthusiasm and drive, can sometimes stretch themselves too thin, saying yes to every opportunity and taking on more than they can handle. This tendency to overcommit can lead to stress, burnout, and frustration. Learning to set and enforce personal boundaries is crucial for Aries to maintain their well-being and prevent exhaustion. Boundaries are not about limiting their potential but about preserving their energy and focus so they can achieve their goals without sacrificing their mental or physical health. Understanding their boundaries allows Aries to prioritize the commitments that align with their long-term vision, rather than overextending themselves in the pursuit of every opportunity that arises. It also enables them to navigate relationships more effectively, ensuring that they are not taken advantage of or drained by the demands of others. By setting clear boundaries, Aries can create a healthier balance between their personal and professional lives, fostering a sense of control and empowerment. Equally important is Aries' ability to honor their need for rest and rejuvenation. As a fire sign, Aries is naturally energetic and driven, but they also need time to recharge in order to maintain their vitality. Rest is not a sign of weakness or a lack of ambition. Rather, it is an essential part of the growth process. By allowing themselves to rest and recover, Aries can prevent burnout and return to their goals with renewed focus and clarity. Rest is a form of self-care that helps Aries maintain their passion and enthusiasm over the long haul, ensuring that their drive remains sustainable rather than fleeting. As Aries learns to set boundaries, manage their emotional resilience, and honor their need for rest, they ultimately unlock a deeper layer of wisdom. This wisdom allows them to move through life with greater balance and clarity, aligning their inner world with their outer actions. In doing so, Aries becomes not only a force of nature but a more complete and grounded individual, capable of achieving great things while maintaining their sense of peace and purpose. By embracing self-discipline, emotional resilience, surrender, and boundaries, Aries sets the stage for profound personal growth. Through these practices, they can learn to navigate the complexities of their personality and the world around them with greater ease and grace. It is this deeper understanding of themselves that allows Aries to achieve true success, not just in the external world, but in their inner world as well. This ongoing journey toward balance and self-awareness ensures that Aries can continue to lead, inspire, and innovate in ways that are both impactful and fulfilling. In embracing these essential aspects of their development, Aries can harness their natural fire and drive in ways that enhance their well-being and allow them to reach their full potential. The process of growth is not linear, and challenges will inevitably arise, but with each step, Aries becomes a more complete version of themselves, one that balances their boldness with wisdom, their action with reflection, and their independence with connection to others. Through this journey, Aries not only transforms themselves but also the world around them, leaving a lasting impact wherever they go. As Aries continues to evolve in their journey towards self-awareness and personal development, the influence of their natural leadership qualities becomes even more evident. Aries is instinctively drawn to positions of power and responsibility, often taking on leadership roles with great enthusiasm and determination. However, the path of leadership for Aries is not always as straightforward as it may seem. Leadership, in its truest form, is not just about directing others, but about inspiring them and bringing out their best potential. For Aries, the challenge often lies in balancing their assertive nature with the need to listen and empower others. True leadership for Aries comes when they recognize that their strength lies not in controlling every aspect of a situation, but in guiding others while allowing space for collaboration and growth. The nature of leadership for Aries is dynamic and ever-evolving. They are often seen as trailblazers, taking risks and pushing boundaries in order to create change. While this drive can lead to impressive accomplishments, Aries must also learn to approach leadership with a sense of humility. Leadership doesn't always require taking charge at every turn. Sometimes, the most effective leaders are those who know when to step back, trust their team, and allow others to shine. The act of surrendering control at the right moments is essential for Aries to develop a more mature, impactful leadership style. By allowing others to lead when necessary, Aries learns the power of collective effort and builds stronger, more cohesive relationships within their team or community. This aspect of leadership and collaboration ties directly into the next essential part of Aries' personal growth journey, the importance of self-reflection. As an individual driven by action, Aries may often focus solely on the outward manifestations of their success. However, it is through self-reflection that Aries can truly understand their own motivations, desires, and potential areas for growth. Without taking the time to pause, reflect, and introspect, Aries may miss crucial opportunities for personal development. Self-reflection allows Aries to identify patterns in their behavior, understand their emotional triggers, and develop a deeper connection to their true self. This process of looking inward is not always comfortable, especially for a sign that is used to charging ahead and taking immediate action. However, it is through this introspection that Aries can uncover the wisdom and insights that will guide them on their journey. In this process of self-reflection, Aries may encounter moments of vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, particularly by those who, like Aries, are accustomed to being strong and self-reliant. However, true strength is found not in the absence of vulnerability, but in the courage to embrace it. By allowing themselves to be vulnerable, Aries opens the door to deeper emotional growth and authentic connections with others. Vulnerability also creates space for self-compassion, enabling Aries to treat themselves with kindness and understanding when they face setbacks or challenges. This willingness to reflect on their own experiences, acknowledge their vulnerabilities, and learn from them marks a significant turning point in Aries' journey of self-awareness and emotional maturity. Self-reflection, when combined with a willingness to embrace vulnerability, allows Aries to approach life with a newfound sense of balance and clarity. No longer defined solely by their drive to succeed, Aries becomes more attuned to their emotional landscape, recognizing that success is not just about external achievements but also about inner peace and fulfillment. This shift in perspective opens up new possibilities for Aries, enabling them to achieve a more profound sense of accomplishment that comes from both external success and inner growth. As Aries progresses in their personal development, they begin to see that their true strength lies not only in their ability to take bold action but also in their capacity to adapt, learn, and evolve over time. The lessons of patience, humility, self-reflection, and vulnerability become integral parts of Aries' growth process, helping them navigate the complexities of life with greater resilience and wisdom. Aries' journey is a continuous cycle of self-discovery, where they learn to balance their natural boldness with a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. Now that we have explored the deeper layers of Aries' nature, it is important to acknowledge the role that mindfulness and self-awareness play in their overall growth. Aries' fiery energy can sometimes cause them to be caught up in the rush of life, pushing forward without fully considering the present moment. Practicing mindfulness allows Aries to slow down and become more present in their daily experiences. By focusing on the present moment, Aries can avoid becoming overwhelmed by their drive for success and instead cultivate a sense of peace and contentment in the here and now. Mindfulness enables Aries to approach challenges with a clear mind and a centered heart, making it easier for them to navigate difficult situations with grace and poise. Mindfulness is not only about slowing down, it is also about being fully engaged in the process of living. For Aries, this means embracing each step of their journey, from the smallest accomplishments to the most significant milestones. When Aries practices mindfulness, they learn to appreciate the process of growth itself, rather than focusing solely on the destination. This shift in focus helps Aries maintain a sense of balance and joy in their lives, even when things don't go according to plan. Mindfulness allows Aries to view challenges as opportunities for growth, rather than as obstacles to be overcome. This mindset shift fosters resilience and adaptability, two qualities that will serve Aries well as they continue to pursue their goals and aspirations. To truly embrace the power of mindfulness and self-awareness, Aries must also cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that allows Aries to acknowledge the abundance in their lives, shifting their focus away from what they don't have and toward what they do. By regularly practicing gratitude, Aries can reframe their perspective, seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and success as a reflection of their inner strength. Gratitude fosters a sense of contentment and joy, helping Aries find peace in the present moment and appreciate the journey rather than fixating solely on the end result. As Aries deepens their practice of mindfulness and gratitude, they unlock a new level of emotional intelligence, allowing them to navigate relationships and life challenges with greater ease. They become more attuned to their own emotions and the emotions of others, creating stronger, more harmonious connections with those around them. Aries' ability to lead with both confidence and compassion grows, and they begin to inspire others not just through their actions but through their presence and emotional intelligence. In embracing these practices of mindfulness, gratitude, self-reflection, and emotional resilience, Aries learns to cultivate a balanced approach to life. They begin to understand that true strength is not just about bold action, but about knowing when to pause, reflect, and approach challenges with a calm and focused mind. This balance allows Aries to remain true to their inner fire while also finding peace in the process of growth, empowering Aries to harness their potential. As we reach the end of our exploration into the world of Aries, it's clear that their journey toward personal growth is both powerful and transformative. Aries, with their natural boldness and fiery spirit, is capable of achieving incredible things. However, the key to unlocking their full potential lies in embracing the full spectrum of their being, balancing their drive with self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and collaboration. By cultivating practices like mindfulness, self-reflection, and emotional resilience, Aries can refine their natural tendencies, allowing them to become not only great leaders but also deeply self-aware individuals. It's through this balance that Aries can truly thrive, using their inner fire to create not just external success but also lasting peace and fulfillment. So, to all the Aries out there, remember that your strength lies in your ability to grow, adapt, and evolve. Harness your natural drive, but also take the time to slow down, reflect, and nurture your emotional well-being. Trust in your path, embrace the journey, and know that with each step, you are becoming a more complete and powerful version of yourself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content about astrology, personal growth, and finding peace within yourself. We look forward to continuing this journey together. Until next time, keep shining brightly, Aries.